y'all, I got the homie, the squat doctor, my homie Cash. What was that he was just hitting?
Heavy.
And I missed it, man. I missed it, but you know, we got him in the house, man. He's about to look at a couple forms.
I'm blushing.
He's something like the squat doctor. So my squat form has changed many times. And
I got one more heavy.
One thing he's about to do is look at my form and give me a few pointers, man. Maybe look at your form too, give you a few pointers.
We got all type of people in here.
Yeah, you know.
Do we have this one too?
Yeah.
What's your
Okay, so do me a favor. Slightly step in, maybe like an inch or two with each foot. Yeah, a little bit better. So let's slightly point your feet out, not too drastic. Cool. So think about this before you go down. You want to rotate your knees outwards. I know it's a goofy feeling, but you want to rotate them outwards, right? So what this is going to do is when you go to sit back, it's going to put your hips and knees at a better angle to go down. All right, so you're going to go down, break at the hips. All right, so now we're thinking a little bit too much. All right, rack it real quick. I'm gonna have you unrack this. All right, so when you want this, let's try to get it maybe a little bit lower on your traps. It'll put you at a better angle. Because right now you kind of arching your back in a little bit more. Ooh, all right. Cool, I like that a little bit better. I know it might hurt a little bit. So let's get them feet pointed out. Wait, what are you doing? All right, cool. All right, let's go. So break those hips out. That'll help you. You know, we got a lot of thighs and butts. So you got to break your hips out, and that'll help us get down there. Yeah, a little bit better. It's one of those things where you just like, you could just be more efficient, but I like it. All right, that last one, I like that one. When you actually open up your hips. Money, that looks good. All right, cool. I know you just did like 80, so you can rack it. Your knees are like this, and your feet are pointed straight. So you got thighs and you got butt. So it's hard for you to get all that mass down. So what it is, you go down and you just lean forward. So if you rotate these knees outward slightly, turn your feet out at a small angle, that allows your hips to open up and you can just sit down and be a lot more upright.
Okay.
So that's what I was trying to get.
Do that one more time, Cash.
So where you're at right now, it's just like this. So your feet are kind of straightforward and you're coming down and it's just like you got big thighs and you got action back here. So it's like you're just kind of getting stuck right here. But if you kind of slightly point them out a little bit, rotate your knees outwards, then that just allows your body to come in, your hips open up, and then you just sit up and get a little bit more upright.
So like a frog, kind of.
Yeah. So
Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, and also like the shoes you got on right now, you got a lot of padding, so it's like it also is kind of giving you taking a lot of torque off at the bottom. So it's just things to think about. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna step back a little bit just to make sure. All right, good. Lifting with 2 feet. I like that. Step. All right, so reset real quick. So one thing I want you to focus on is 2 things. First, let's create a routine. So every time you step up to the bar, make sure you got it's either left foot first, right foot first. It doesn't really matter, but let's create that routine because it'll take out the thinking once we get heavy. Number 2, before you start your squat, I want you to focus on your wrist position as you're kind of hooking it under, like you're kind of coming under like this. Try to hold it over the bar and pull it into your back. You see what I'm saying? No, yeah, that's how you're doing it. So I want you to take your wrist and kind of lock it in like that. And then you're gonna pull that down into your back. So that's gonna already have your back tighter from the go. Yes, exactly. So flex that wrist up. Here, so over. I know you fighting me. All right, step. All right, so before you go down, I want you to just slightly rotate your knees outwards. I want you to just think about it. You don't really gotta focus it. And maybe you're a little taller, so maybe take about an inch. Let's take your left foot about an inch or two left. Your left foot. Okay, so before you go down, I want you to take a big breath and lock it into your stomach, and I want you to visually think about sitting back. Not just going down, but sitting back into the squat. Oh, that's money. I like that. All right, so when you're approaching the bottom, like right before parallel, think about breaking your hips open, okay? And you gotta sit back a little bit more. So you gotta, yeah, see now that one's a little bit harder out the pocket. So big breath. Good, because I see your left knee is low-key buckling in just a little bit. So when you think, like when you get down to the pocket, so here. Like, when you get down in the pocket, right, what you're doing is you're kind of coming in and you're squeezing in. But what you want to do is you want to break out. So you see how my legs is, break them out and open up the hips and sit into it. What you're doing now is like you're coming in and you're so far forward, but you gotta really force your knees outwards and you gotta open up your hips. So think about your hips opening almost. So you come in and your problem also, so if you watch it from the side probably, you'll see that you're a little bit far forward. So what you wanna do is you wanna sit back. So think about your hips coming back, like as if there's something back here that you can sit on. So right now you're kind of coming, and it's like forcing your feet and a lot of the pressure to be on the balls of your toes where you want it in your feet. So you want to sit back, open. So I'm gonna do it one more time. Pushing your hip back, just a slight little hip hinge, and go back, and then when you get near front hip, open.
So it's like a little drop almost.
Yeah. Seriously, just like it's just to think about. I mean, it's a lot of technique to think about, but you just want to focus on really opening up your hips, and I think that'll help you. So if you can bring your momentum all the way back, so bring it back. So if I was, one of the things I like to do is I'll take a rubber band and I'll put it around somebody's waist, and I'll just like hold it slight tension. So what it forces you to do is it forces your hips to come back first before you can go down to the squat. If you go forward, what happens is your knees go over your toes, which is fine unless it's like too far over your toes. So like this is okay, but this is not okay. Like to the point where your heels are coming up.
So no knees over the toes.
Not too far over. So like when you see people front squat, when you front squat, a lot of people end up over, but it's like it can't be drastic. And you always want the weight to be in your heels and on your hips. Your hips are a lot stronger than your knees. Just to think about. So.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna give it one more go and you can look at my form.
Okay.
Tell me. I'm gonna look at it one more time.
All right, so think about, we're not gonna have a box under you, but just think about it. Think about sitting. All right, yeah, let's do some air squats. I like that. All right, wait, so take it slow. Let's go through each process. Good. So go slow, open. Good. And you can honestly cut it, like you're going so deep. You take it about, I'll tell you when to cut it off. Good. Right there.
It feels better like a rubber band when I take it to the bottom.
Oh yeah, hey, I respect that. Yeah, so here, I want you, look at this later. So do a squat now and look at your ankles and look at your foot placement. So you kind of come, I'm gonna even touch it, you kind of come super far forward. So what we wanna do is, I'm gonna pull you back. Yeah. So really sit into it. So like that's why people got the squat shoes. That's why people take the weights and put them on their heels. It's just like, it's a million ways, but you want to sit back and like if you, so if you visually look at yourself squatting, the bar should typically go up and down. With some people, they go a little bit forward, but it's not too bad. All right. It's one of those things like if you take one cue at a time, like that's how you create a great squat. So if you focus on like, hey, I'm gonna stay tight, with my shoulders. That's what we're gonna do for one workout. Hey, the second workout, I'm gonna work on my hips. That's what we're gonna do for another couple weeks or one workout at a time. And then third would be like sitting back, and then from that point, you create a good squat. You just put all those pieces together, and then, you know, you create a good squat. You know, I was a terrible squatter. I got videos of me doing 315, looking horrible, quarter squatting. So, you know, I've been there too. So let's try it. Let's try it out. Man, I'm a terrible cameraman. I'm all over the place, baby. All right, so before we go down, we're gonna take that big breath. Let's get a little bit wider feet, a little bit wider, a little bit wider. All right, good, I like that. So just think about sitting back and opening up. Ooh, I like that. All right, I'm gonna catch you from the side. Yeah, it honestly is looking better. So if we can just drastically pull you back, then we good. Yeah, and you open it up at the bottom. I like that.
That look better?
Yeah.
Hey man, I appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
The squat doctor, man, we gonna have to get it in on a real squat day.
Let me know. I'm always.
My boy Cash,
Yeah.
he got a company called, was it?
Title Fitness is the name of the company. PVO.cash on Instagram. We got.
All right, so once again, it's my homie Cash, the squat doctor. That's what I call him. Entitled Fitness, PVO. Tell him your info.
PVO.cash on Instagram. PVO.watch on Instagram. That's my boy. We be doing it. Yeah. Check us out.
Check him out. Gym Wreck, we gonna get it in on an official workout video. This special guest, Hope, of course, got her squats together as well as mine. Right, hit her on Instagram.
Hit me on that.
She Instagram head,
like
you know.
all my pics.
All right, well, we checking out now. Appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
And this your boy Will Hughes. Shin Will, we signing out. Yes, sir.